Hey everybody, how you doing? Had a viewer request from Chads3 to do a video on how I actually edit my iRacing videos. Go give him a look if you want to check out his stuff. I think he wants to do some editing like I do that shows external TV cameras, something that Boomer Studios and Dom Parker Racing also do. This video will be all about how I organize all of my media, how I put it into the software editor, and so on and so forth. Then the next video will be one of me actually constructing a full entire video. I thought that should be a separate standalone video. I currently use Cyberlink PowerDirector 17 Ultra. I picked that up several years ago. I started out with version 15, and even before that I was on Microsoft Movie Maker until they discontinued that. So let's take a look into Amazon here and see what Cyberlink is offering up. I know they have a subscription-based service and I don't like those. Okay, there we go. We got Cyberlink PowerDirector 19 Ultra and PhotoDirector 12. PhotoDirector is like kind of a expanded version of Paint where you can do various things. Okay, so here we got this one for $139. You actually get a PC. You know what? I'm going to save that. I have not seen this before. I think they're at about version 21. So 19 is probably going to be a little bit less than the most current version. All right, then you see you have Corel Video Studio. I don't know about them. There's Sony, there's Adobe, there's a bunch of them. Okay, so we're going to scroll down here a little bit more. And we got PowerDirector 19 Ultra for only $99. That does not include the Photo Director. I think I'll save this one too, because that Photo Director is nice, but I've already got the other one here with PowerDirector 17, and I really don't use that a whole lot. I can use Paint for a lot of my simple things there. There we got PowerDirector 19 Ultimate. Okay, that's actually the one that 17 is the Ultimate one that I have. That's for $139, and I've always gotten the Ultimate versions. They include a lot of things that, okay, now here's a $77 18 Ultra. You could probably, Ultimate is 101. That's not a bad deal there. I think I'll save that one too real quick. Ultra doesn't contain as much as Ultimate. Ultimate contains a lot of packs, for graphics and stuff like that, like wedding packs and holiday packs and all that. I also think it includes some basic effects and all that, so I always choose the Ultimate version with Cyberlink's PowerDirector for that purpose. Now, I recently discovered there is one huge drawback to Cyberlink PowerDirector video editing software compared to like Adobe and Sony, which are hundreds and hundreds of dollars more. Cyberlink PowerDirector does not have the ability to separate audio tracks, and by that I mean in my OBS recording software I can have various inputs for audio. However, the microphone that's on my desktop is blended in with the audio from the actual iRacing EXE, so they're not layered. I cannot separate the two. So if I have a cough, a burp, or a fart that I want to edit out, if I were to edit out that sound, I would lose everything, all the in-car, all the audio. So the others, that's the one thing that you're going to have to kind of think about, is you will have to use a separate recording device, and I'll get into that here now. And just to clarify, this limitation is on the Cyberlink PowerDirector editor, not on OBS. I use two audio recording devices. This little Sony here is a portable recording device, runs on AAA batteries, lasts forever, and I have a plug-in lapel mic that I use. This is what I use when I'm driving. I just clip it to my shirt and do my voiceover work while I'm driving in a race. You can see that it has a USB connection sliding out the bottom there, so when you're done recording you just slip that into a USB port and then transfer the audio files over to your PC. It's a lot more expensive than I remember from buying it a couple years ago. The other nice thing about this portable one is you can take it with you, of course. It's portable. You're outside shooting some video and want some external audio, this works great for that. Then I have a USB desktop style microphone. I don't use this while I'm driving because I have it set up right next to my steering wheel, and you can hear the steering wheel motor noise. It just overpowers everything. The microphone picks up just about everything in the room, so that's why you might hear my cats meowing in the background. Anyway, it works pretty good when I'm doing some voiceover work, fixes, or like the intros, or telling you what track we're at, yada yada yada. I'll use that instead of using the portable, so I don't have to plug the portable in the USB to transfer the audio file. And I use Audacity hooked up to this microphone, the desktop microphone, and then transfer that audio file over into my audio file folders that we'll get into here shortly. So here we are at my desktop. I keep all of my Studio David materials in a SSD drive, data over here. Let's open this up. Here's where everything is stored. You can see I have a folder for my Audacity auto recordings, screen captures. This is where OBS stores everything, and then Studio David. And man, I got a lot of shit that I've stored. I throw just about nothing away. I've got some templates in here of how I've done some certain things with PowerDirector that I want to keep to refresh myself if I ever need to go back and duplicate that effect again. First thing we're going to pay attention to here is folder structure. Open that, and within that is a folder called Event. So this is where I keep everything for each specific project, whether it's camping or iRacing. Store all my video from my various video devices in their respective folder. Same thing with audio, same thing with photos. Keep everything organized where you can find it. Paperwork, I have notepads here with text that I just copy and paste. Movies, I used to do a little bit more modular form. Now I stitch it all together in one to save rendering time, but occasionally I want to make a piece of a video, and then I put that here as segments, and then I'll stitch them together in the final project, and then I have a folder where I store my final project. So when I'm ready to start a project, I right click on this, copy, come over and say for iRacing, come down to the iRacing folder, and then I paste it in here, and then I rename it for that specific project. For example, when I was playing around with GIMP and doing the chrome metallic paints, open up that folder. In here I have my project files. I did modular forms of editing, then I stitched these all together into the last project. The video, snippets of the truck with the new paint, clips of video of the caddy, the audio, my voiceover for that project, captures for my thumb, and then where I stored the final film. Also within the iRacing folder, I have, everything iRacing related stored here. Over in common files, this is where I keep the stuff that I use over and over again. Track overviews. Here's where all the blimp shots are at. Here's my voiceover for each track. Then I've got a whole set of templates here for each track. So when I need to build a new track, I just open up the template, and then say I had a brand new track that I had never saved, so I just replace all this stuff and then render this as a little video clip that I can just drop into the main project. Various photos that I've collected for iRacing that I use over and over again. Video clips, my Crank It Up. That one, I developed that and created that as a standalone movie that I can then drop into the Cyberlink PowerDirector software editing when I need it. Plug and Go. This is the one that we'll be getting into in the next video, where I have templates for every series. For example, we'll open up the Gander series here. Here is the Gander series template with everything that I use for every single race. This is pretty much my intro, talking about where I'm at, what track we're at, what series we're at, how many laps we're going to run. Everything is here. I have titles already saved, so I just have to go in and change a few of the things like the lap count and the miles, what car number I'm in, and so on and so forth. Then I drop in the track logo, I drop in the blimp shot, and then everything's good to go. Right here is where I make my thumb. I'll get into this just a little bit more in the next video. Then over here is where I start to drop in the fresh video for each individual project. And then, so I don't have to duplicate this over and over again, it's already there, ready to go. Plug and go, as I say. And as you can see here, I have that for every specific series. Makes things a lot easier. Down here in banner templates, thanks for Al for building my original banners. He made these for me, and then I've kind of cropped them up and changed them up as time goes by. Again, that's a picture that can just get dropped in to the video editing software and then make a little movie out of it, and then just drop that into the main project as I need it. Keep things modular, keep them simple. Cannot repeat that enough. I didn't show it, but over in the music folder on my PC is where I store all my royalty-free music from YouTube that I use within my videos. And again, just keep everything in its place and you know where it's at when you need to go to it. As we watch Kulwicki take a tumble here in a practice session at Phoenix for the Summer of '63 Street Stock Showdown, until you make some videos with the external views versus just the in-car camera, it takes a lot of effort and time to put these together, and organization prior to that is the key. It saves you just tons of time. So if you're in the market for video editing software, I do recommend Cyberlink PowerDirector. I would go for the version 19 Ultimate myself. I wouldn't necessarily need to get that color director, with the exception of the fact that it's kind of limiting in the fact that it will not split separate audio tracks out of one recording. I find it pretty useful. It's easy to use. There are a ton of tutorials on YouTube to show you how to do different effects in PowerDirector, which was a big selling point in my opinion. There is a free one out there called Hit Film Express. I have no knowledge of that, and again, the tutorials are pretty limited. So look for the next video where I actually stitch together a whole complete project for you. And until then, thanks for coming along for the ride, and we'll see you next time.